You breathing in and out of my
I'm a butt man. I'm a butt man.
I love to squeeze him. I love to touch him. I love to kick him because I'm a butt man. Because I'm a butt man.
Hello and welcome to episode 339 of the Nation Conversation.
That's it?
That's it. We're coming up on our anniversary.
Are we really?
Our show anniversary.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. We started in what, August?
2016, July 2016.
July.
So it's coming up soon. A couple weeks, I think. Quick bit of housekeeping before we get going into everything. Journey of Wrestling last Thursday was a very fun episode. You can go back and listen to it as a podcast or watch it on YouTube. Dan the Dan Hep joined me again this week.
He told me it's quite the ride right now.
It is quite the ride. Medusa and Jim Duggan.
He told me Medusa is currently sleeping with Jim Duggan's wife.
And Jim Duggan's sleeping with Medusa's husband.
Oh, man. Wow.
Did I hear that right?
Yes.
Okay.
We did on the same show. We did back-to-back spousal affairs.
Oh, man.
Just reversed.
Jesus.
Ric Flair, the hair-shaven champ.
Oh.
Did he shave more heads?
He had a match with somebody.
Oh, he was shaving people's heads. He wasn't getting his head
right.
shaved.
He had a match with Lex Luger, of course, and Luger injured him.
Of course
so
he did.
We had to vacate the championship.
Fucking Lex Luger.
And have a tournament, and our new champ is Bald Kevin Nash.
Oh, he won, though.
Bald Kevin Nash won the tournament, so he's a new champ. Okay. Sting
is
out forever.
No.
Scott Hall is out forever, and now Ric Flair is too. He has a torn ACL, so.
Did Lex Luger put all of them out?
Probably. Probably injured them all.
Well, didn't Giant spike Kevin Nash, or didn't Kevin Nash spike Giant, or did that not happen yet?
Yes, they had their drop him on his head match.
Yep.
Drop him on his head.
So it's a lot of fun, as you can tell. We make it crazy, and we'll be back again. I have a few whiskeys and then try to book the territory, which, again, I fucked up the Guerreros.
Yeah, I was going to ask because I haven't had a chance to listen yet.
Still fucked up the Guerreros, so maybe you need to come back on Thursday and help me. Been into the news. Zelina Vega was back on SmackDown and lost in 3 minutes.
Cool. Good push. Glad she came back.
She's back and she loses.
Jesus.
I mean, do whatever, she's a independent woman. You do whatever you want, but it seems pretty stupid to go back there after everything that happened. Getting fired for having a Twitch and saying she wants unions and stuff, and then going right back into this place seems a little odd, but whatever. And firing Aleister Black. I mean, they fired Aleister Black too. Jesus Christ, but whatever. Good for her. She's a good talent.
Money, I guess.
I guess it's big money. She's a good talent. She'll do good with whatever they give her, I guess. Right? She's a wrestler, so we'll see how it goes.
They didn't use her as such very much,
No,
did they?
didn't. So I'm very confused as to what's going on here, but we'll see. Hopefully it all works out for her. Isaiah Swerve Scott is your new NXT North American champion.
Okay.
He
earns that, I guess.
He beat the guy. What's his name? Bronson Reed. The guy who should have won the title a long time ago against Johnny. Had to go through all the bullshit to get it.
Yep.
Finally beat him, and now he's already lost it.
Perfect.
Jesus.
which is probably because he's going to go get called up, is my guess. Oh, my God.
Probably. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's getting called up, so Swerve Scott is... I like Swerve Scott. I just like, whoa. I saw this headline. I'm like, this is insane.
Well, he has a crew now, though. He's like the head of a posse.
Hit Row?
So
Hit Row.
Hit Row Records. Yeah. So he's got to, you got to put a strap on him so they're legit.
Jesus.
Well, he's got the strap now. Vince McMahon visited the Performance Center this past week.
Did we just see that picture of him that I think
Where he's
Mike posted?
made out of
Dave
plastic.
Chappelle?
Yeah.
Him and Dave Chappelle.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he looks really weird.
Yeah.
He visited the Performance Center, and we can only assume that he's fucking shit up royally over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he has been from the outside, but now it's got to be just trash.
they want to bring Karrion Kross up. They want to break him up from Scarlett. It's like, really?
I don't know why.
Why would you even do that? I don't
Bring
get
him
it.
up fine. Like, that was always going to happen, but.
Even if Scarlett does also wrestle and do other stuff, why? Like, she's one of the better parts of his act, right?
Yeah, definitely.
He doesn't watch his own products, so he doesn't
doesn't
know
even know
what's going on with them.
yes.
So he just sees these people and he's like, "Oh, he
Probably
would look."
looks at him. He's like, "Oh, look, it's Mark Merrow all over again. Like, you got
Yeah.
this okay wrestler who's got a hot wife."
He looks great. Yeah. Not great. Not great. Great American Bash is not a takeover. It's just a show, but I figured we could pick it next week's NXT.
Okay.
Okay.
Law Night, $1 Million Champion versus
matches so far,
Cameron Grimes. I think there's only going to be 4 because
Okay.
there's some like TV segments happening. Law Night versus Cameron Grimes. If Cameron Grimes loses, he becomes Knight's butler.
So it's obviously Knight's winning
I
this.
would say Law Night.
Yeah, Law Night. Because
'Cause
that will
that's
be
just
that
too good.
Grimes as a butler will be funny. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
got to be
Yeah.
Law Night will make it less funny,
Yeah.
but yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so we all sweep it.
Yep.
The Way, Candice and Indy versus Io and Zoe Stark.
So the Way have the belts?
Yes, the Way are champions.
And
Good
this
for
is
them.
this is just like this is going to happen on Wednesday
This is
or Tuesday, whatever.
Tuesday
the
night. Yeah,
Okay.
just regular TV.
All right.
The Way versus Io and Zoe.
I'll take the Way.
I would think that Tony Storm does something to Zoe, and that forces them to lose.
Good, because I want Io and
Right?
Zoe here.
You're picking Io and Zoe?
I am.
I'm picking the Way. You're picking the Way?
I'm picking the Way.
That's a lone wolf.
Oh.
Unless Mike decides to pick it. Are
Remember
you
when
even
we-
sending picks to the Ghost?
I don't
You
know how
can't
even
send
do
a
that.
pick to a ghost. You have to do like a
seance or something?
seance. Yep, that's it.
That's the only way you can communicate with him. MSK Tag Champs versus Ciampa and Toothless Timmy for the NXT Tag Team Championships.
Oh boy.
Rough.
So
Rough pick here. It should be Tommaso and Toothless Timmy, but
It's only
because of this like WWE booking that they do, like put 2 stars together and make them win.
So
But I mean, MSK hasn't done enough yet, right?
the only thing that gave me pause here is I just checked and it doesn't appear Tim Thatcher has had a belt in NXT yet. So this would be a way to just give him something. But I'll say MSK keeps it.
Give me Tim and Tommaso. New champs.
Yeah, I was also thinking MSK.
So I get a lone
So
wolf
you
there?
get a lone
You
wolf.
got to Ciampa Lone Wolf. There was a time when that would have been a great thing. I don't know anymore if it is.
I don't know.
So
then-
you guys each get lone wolves, and I get nothing.
Well, you could pick a lone wolf here.
Yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole in a singles match, unsanctioned. or
Unsanctioned.
whatever, I believe.
Okay. Now, Kyle did eventually get his win back. He has beaten Adam Cole.
Kyle is only beaten Adam Cole, right? Cole hasn't beaten O'Reilly.
Really?
O'Reilly beat him in the match where he dropped a knee on him with the chain around his knee, right?
I didn't know that happened. Oh, maybe I did.
That was a takeover. I think that was the last thing you watched.
So, regardless, Kyle O'Reilly has at some point in NXT beaten Adam Cole.
yes.
Okay.
100%.
Give me Adam Cole.
Ooh. Spicy. You want me to pick and
Yeah,
see
yeah,
if you can
yeah. You
Yeah.
pick. I want to see if he has an option for
I
Lone
probably
Wolf.
won't have the option for the lone wolf.
give me Adam Cole.
There you go. There's
So
your
I've
opportunity.
got the option.
Cool Kyle.
You can have Cool Kyle.
Give me Cool Kyle.
Which now I'm picturing him
Cool
doing
Kyle.
the cool, what's his name? Cool Ethan. I'm picturing Kyle
Cool
O'Reilly.
Ethan?
Cool Ethan and Out to the Ring.
Cool Ethan. What movie was that from again?
Cheaters, I think?
Yes, it was like people who cheated in college.
Slackers.
Right?
Slackers.
Not cheated on their girlfriends,
Slackers.
cheated on tests.
Yeah, cheated their way through college.
Yeah.
I just recently saw something about Slackers. Was that in the Arquette documentary?
No.
I don't think so.
No?
He wasn't on
All right,
Slackers,
so I
was
must
he?
I must have seen it
Slackers
something
was
else.
Big Pete from Pete and Pete.
Jason Segel, right?
Was Jason Segel in it?
Pretty sure.
Some hot dude. Was it Devin Sawa? No,
Probably.
It wasn't
Yeah.
Devin Sawa. Was it him?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, definitely Devin Sawa.
yeah, I think it was Jason Segel. Now that you say that,
Jason Segel.
Slackers.
because Big Pete
got
talks to a sock puppet on his erection at one point.
Okay.
Jeff Davis, who was Big Pete.
Okay, yeah.
Devin Sawa, Jason Segel, Jason Schwartzman, who was
Jason
Cool
Schwartzman
Ethan.
was Cool Ethan. Yeah.
And that's it.
Devin Sawa. Was he Brink?
Was he?
Devin Sawa was
He was in Little Giants,
Idle
wasn't he?
Hands, right?
I thought he was Little Giants.
He definitely was Little Giants, right?
Let's see.
He was Icebox's girl, I think, or boy. Icebox's boy, I believe.
He was Final Destination. Idle
For sure.
Hands, Casper.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
one.
Casper.
He
with,
was
what's her name?
Junior in Little Giants.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so who's
Yeah.
Brink? I could have sworn he was Brink.
Oh, looks like he's still a handsome cat. Good for him. All that hair.
Still doing stuff. He's going to be in Chucky, the TV series.
Well, that's bad news
poor-
for his career.
Yeah, poor choice there.
He
Brink?
kind of looks like Jeremy Renner.
Brink is the...
He does look a little bit like Jeremy Renner. I'm surprised you knew Jeremy Renner's name.
Me too. I just said it. I don't know how I did, but I did.
shocking.
Maybe because of Arrival, probably.
Eric Von Deaton was Brink.
Oh, okay.
Eric Von
What
Deaton.
is an Eric Von Deaton?
He's most known for being
Brink.
Sid in Toy Story.
Oh
Which
no,
one
I'd
is
say
Sid in Toy
he's,
Story?
he was the kid,
Oh,
the
right,
kid
right,
who's
yep.
destroying everything. Yeah,
He's the voice of Sid. How about
I would
that?
say he's more known for being Brink, but
What is Brink?
that's a
roller skating.
a
Not
Disney
Airheads.
movie, a Disney Channel original movie, a
Okay.
DCOM, if you will.
Brink.
So
Andy
Disney
Brink-
had more
Brinker.
movies than Lizzie McGuire and Holes.
Yes,
Okay.
they also had. Oh yeah, man, they had a lot. They had
So many.
Double
You don't-
Trouble.
you don't even
Too
have
many
to-
to- too many to tell.
No, Double Teamed. That was the
Whoa.
twin basketball players.
Yeah, there's a lot of sports ones.
Oh yeah,
Airbuds.
Luck
were
of
they
the
Disney's?
Irish.
A lot
Luck
of
of the
sports
Irish.
stuff.
Was Airbud
Um,
Disney products?
I don't think so.
Golden Receiver? Was that 3 or 2?
It's only good if you watch it in 4X.
8X.
Is it
It
8X?
did an 8X. It did not miss a thing.
Nope.
Followed the plot perfectly.
Yeah, we've seen Airbud now. 3 minutes. It took us 3 minutes. Maybe less.
Oh, Alley Cat Strike. That was about bowling.
yeah.
Final
yeah.
Yep, that was-
Destination. It was Idle Hands. Yep. And the original Final Destination.
Which I don't remember him in the original final. He wasn't the main kid.
I don't know.
Maybe
I think he was the main kid, wasn't he?
It looks like he might have been the main
I
kid.
think he was the main kid.
Huh.
Who was the girl in Casper? Christina Ricci, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
See, look at all these pulls. I know names.
You know actors. You're better at the Mike movie game than Mike used to be.
Well, Mike, if we're being honest,
He's terrible at his own.
he was
Mike
terrible at
movie.
his own game.
All right. Best match ever of the week. This week, so I didn't have a lot of time. I picked one of the only matches I saw: the Young Bucks versus Eddie Kingston and Penta. He's back to El Zero and Biedo. He's not Junior anymore.
I feel like between those 4 wrestlers, you got 2.5 good wrestlers.
Oh my God!
Well, who's Kingston? Eddie Kingston?
Yeah, Eddie Kingston.
Is he good?
He's John
Yeah.
Moxley's friend.
Yeah,
He's like a half a good wrestler.
Oh, stop!
So you gave the Bucks one combined
No.
wrestler?
He gave
Yeah.
him 0.
I gave the
Zero.
Bucks and Eddie Kingston each a half a wrestler, and then Penta's very good.
Gave
So
him
it should
3.
be. It should really be 3.
and a half.
Penta's the 1.5.
Okay, that's fair.
Penta
There you
gets
go.
more. Jesus Christ!
Penta is top 5 wrestler in the world probably, and then those are some
Wow.
dudes. Those are some.
Stop.
I don't know if I would say good hands, some decent hands.
Oh my God! This match was very fun. Very, very fun. Incredible.
What made it fun?
The thing I enjoyed the most was they've been spraying the cold spray in the good guys' faces, and Brandon Cutler accidentally sprayed it into Matt's face.
Oh, that's good.
And some funny selling, and then they lost
Oh.
a non-title match.
The Bucks lost.
And they're the
Bucks
champs.
lost. They're the
Okay.
champs, so they lost. the
So
non-title
now
match.
they have to put the belts on the line, I assume.
They're putting the belts online this week. I assume they're going to win.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, get that one
I
back.
just thought it was fun. A fun match.
All right, good.
Bill, it's time for a segment to be named later. What you got?
First of all, the one that you requested I look into. Wally is confirmed here right now. Also, I can confirm was on the show last week.
Okay, good.
You did ask me to confirm that.
Yep,
Okay.
I did.
We also were trying to figure out Arturo Ruas, who is also known by his real name, Adrian Jaoud.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's going to be 40 this year.
He's old.
He was signed, though, and I did not know this, by WWE way back in 2015.
Okay. So
Wow,
he
he's
was
been there forever.
34.
He debuted
Something like
on
that?
TV, at least, in 2018.
Jesus.
2019, he got renamed from his actual name to Arturo Ruas because they're going to push him, you know. Then in August 2020, he not only debuted, but he won on Raw Underground. The big time.
Oh, Raw,
Raw
Underground.
Underground.
He made it.
Yes.
The fuck is Raw
That's
Underground?
when
That
Shane
was
McMahon had the
fake-
real fights
The real fighting.
on Raw.
Real
Nope.
fighting.
I think I blacked out.
That's you don't need to know.
It's fine.
In October 2020, he then was drafted to Raw and then immediately quietly sent back to NXT. So he was drafted. Or
Oops,
he was,
never mind.
He was signed when he was like early 30s, but then didn't do anything until he was about 37 or 38.
Why did we want to know about him?
Because he got released.
He
And we're
was
saying, like,
released.
Oh,
why would
okay.
you sign a guy who's so old if you're not going to use him?
Right, right.
I don't have the answer to that.
There's no answer to that.
The other one I looked into is actually from Jumanji. Ryan, you had said that Aquafina
From Albany.
went to U Albany.
Yep.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I just didn't know this. So I looked into her, and I found some cool things about her. She's from Stony Brook down in Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
Her father's name is Wally.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. She was both a journalism and a women's studies major at U Albany
Nice.
back in 2011.
Like
Or that's
that.
when she graduated. Among other things, she interned at the Times Union.
Of course.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, and I just thought this was a cool thing, she has a Korean and a Chinese. Her parents are, one is Korean, one is Chinese.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
She grew up in the States speaking English, but she learned Mandarin because she wanted to be able to speak with her grandmother.
And Mandarin's not easy at all. That's the hardest language in the world, for sure.
She learned it because she wanted to talk to grandma.
That's
I think
awesome.
it's awesome.
That's-
Unless you're John Cena, in which case, easy.
Yeah,
Oh.
super easy.
Why?
No,
Nope.
it's true.
Nope.
He is
Nope.
fluent in Mandarin.
Don't care.
I don't know if he's fluent. Maybe
He's
he
good
maybe
enough
he is.
where he can say things.
He can say things. That is true.
He can say things.
Sure. I'll believe it just so we stop talking
No,
about
it's
John
real.
Cena.
But yeah, so it turns out Aquafina, who I
That's
always
cool.
thought, whatever, fine. I don't,
I don't know why I
I
know
like
her.
now.
Like,
What else
how?
you know her
Yeah,
from?
yeah. Like, how did she come?
She came to fame because she had some funny rap videos.
Okay.
One was about her vagina, I believe.
Okay.
And so she came up on the socials, on the YouTubes, I believe.
So maybe it was just maybe it was that, and like
And
I
then
see
she
people
won-
posting about her.
She
and I
won
was
awards
like, I
when
don't know
she
what that
first.
name
She
is.
was in some movies, but then she won awards for when she first got.
She's
like,
from
a
Crazy
legal-
Rich Asians, Ocean 8.
Ocean 8 was she was in, but
She was in Crazy Rich Asians. That's
Yeah.
that's. a
I've
good
never
one.
seen that movie.
Oh,
but
yeah, that's yeah.
She's
I hear
in
it's
that.
good, but I have not seen it.
Um,
But what was the thing? She was the lead of something, and people loved her in it.
The Little Mermaid. Did that come out already?
I don't know.
It's filming.
the live action.
She's gonna voice Scuttle.
Okay.
I don't know what Scuttle is. I don't remember.
That's
Scuttle.
Aquafina, my vag. Aquafina.
My vag is what she got famous
New York
for.
City bitches, and she was cast in some shorts.
Oh, I forgot she was in Between
And she
Two
was
Ferns.
in the first thing she was in was Neighbors 2 in 2016. which
She
I
was
never
in
saw.
the Dark Crystal TV series.
Was Scuttle the bird?
Oh,
Scuttle might have been the bird, and then the Dark Crystal. She was the collector. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I didn't ever watch those because before I watched the series, I wanted to watch the movie.
It took
And I
you
watched the movie. It took me like 4 months, and it was not good. Yeah, Scuttle is definitely the sequel. Okay.
She's in
Okay.
Shang-Chi, the upcoming Marvel movie.
Oh, that's a movie? I thought it was a series.
No, it's a movie.
Oh, okay.
The Farewell, I think, is where she won awards. I'd never seen it.
Looks like she has her own TV show, too. Good grief.
Yeah, she does stuff.
Nora from Queens. Wherever that
Oh, I've heard. I think that's when I
she was
first
in
actually
Raya
heard
and
of
The
her.
Last Dragon, which I've not seen. But
I've heard that's good, but I haven't seen
so
it.
many good things.
Yes.
She's
She's a good actress.
She's good. She's from here. All right, at least went to school here. So
she's from New York State.
We claim her.
We claim.
I think she went to high school with Little Pete down in New York City.
Yes, of course. Our good buddy Little Pete.
Yeah. Whose birthday's
Best
coming up.
friends with Mick Foley. Best friends
Yeah,
with
he used
Mick
to go
Foley.
grocery shopping all the
Used to
time.
see him in the grocery store that he worked at, right? He was working at the grocery store. He was like a
Is that
stock
what it
boy.
was? I could see that.
And Foley was there, and he's
And
like,
then he has to help the
remember
customers to
he,
reach the top
he
shelf?
was like,
Yeah.
he wasn't a wrestling fan. Little Pete wasn't a wrestling fan, right?
No, I don't believe so.
And we were watching it, and he was like, "Hey, I know that guy." And we're like, "Wait, you know Mick Foley?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he really does come to the grocery store in those sweatpants. Like that's what he wears everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, that makes sense to me.
Yep. That checks out.
Makes sense to me." And he is very tall. I saw Mick Foley 3 years ago, at Alice Cooper.
I've not seen him, but he is a
He's
big
six. He's like 6'5".
we saw Mick Foley at the Joe.
Oh, yeah.
for that wrestling.
And we
Yeah,
did see.
right,
we saw him
right.
down
But
at
I was
Poughkeepsie
like
too,
right
but yeah.
next to him
Oh,
when,
okay.
Yeah.
when he was at Alice Cooper. He walked in the door,
Did you?
Tall guy.
and he's like 6'5".
I just saw
Legit.
a hilarious thing. Were you
Yeah.
the one that showed me the Jamal Mashburn thing talking about Larry Bird?
That was Mike.
That was
Ghost
okay.
Mike.
Yeah, Ghost Mike. That was very funny to me watching that.
What was it that he said? I missed it.
He first said like, "Oh, are you guys those college guys? Oh, cool. Get some sleep. It's gonna be a long effing weekend." And then I guess they played one like half scrimmage, and so I think Instant Energy, Rodney Rogers,
Oh,
was talking smack and was like, "Hey, Bird, you haven't hit a shot since '84." So he goes, and Magic heard this, so he goes, "We went to play scrimmage the next day." He said the first 8 times down the floor, Magic gave the ball to Larry. Larry told Rodney what he's going to do. He said, "I'm going to take 2 dribbles left. I'm going to pull up and hit a bank shot." Then he did it. Next time he said, "I'm going to go right this time. I'm going to hit it. I'm just going to hit a shot." And he did it. He said he did this 8 times in a row. Told him what he was going to do. Made the shot. Walked off and said, "Hey, Rodney, just like '84, huh?"
Bird trash talk is the best.
Oh,
It's the
man.
Because he used to do that like the
He did it to Pat Riley. He went over to the bench in a finals and went right to Pat Riley and went, "I'm going to get the ball in the corner and I'm going to score right over your guy." That's the play. And then walked away. And Pat Riley's like, "Okay." And he did it.
because he did it in one of the early 3-point contests too. He like walked
was
into
coming
the
in
room and he's
second
like, "Which one he's coming in second?"
Yeah.
And then he won.
There was, what was it, 80? Was it 87 then they lost the finals to the Lakers?
I think '86 was the year they showed up, and as Bill Simmons will say, the Lakers didn't bother to show up, but they would have lost.
That was the year the Rockets. They
Yeah.
beat the Rockets.
Yeah.
But I think it was 87.
I think
where
you might be right then.
He had a wide open 3 in the corner to win the game. It was like game 4, 5 maybe. It wasn't the end of the series. But he took a shot, and they show Riley in the 30 for 30. He's like, "Son of a bitch." He was wide open because Worthy missed the assignment, and he was wide fucking open, and the shot looked perfect. And he's like, I turned around, and I just like put my head down, and he missed. And then I turned back around, and we won the game, and we knew we were going to win the series after that. And Bird walked over to me and goes, "You're fucking lucky, Riley." "You're fucking lucky, Riley."
I don't know why, but I never thought of Larry Bird as a big trash talker.
Oh my God.
I know.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The one of the best is when he talks shit. I forget who he's talking shit to, but he blamed it all on what's his name there? Shit. His partner there.
The power forward,
Yeah. Why can't I think of his name?
this big dude,
Yeah.
black hair,
Bowl cut.
coached the Timberwolves
Timberwolves.
for a long time.
Yeah, him.
Thibodeau?
He's a Hall of Fame basketball player himself.
McHale.
Kevin McHale.
Yeah, there it is.
McHale. Him and McHale walk to center court, and there's somebody there, and he's like, he says a bunch of shit to whoever it was, I forget, some very good player, and he's like, "Ugh, yeah, I heard you suck and this and that, and the guy's just getting all pissed off, and he's like, it wasn't me, Mikhail. It's Mikhail, and Mikhail's standing like, I didn't say anything. Stuff. The fuck. New weekly segment.
Oh, I got to get
Where
back
are
on
we?
track.
I think.
Wally's up 3-2.
I think that's right. Right?
Wally's
Yeah,
up.
because it turns out Wally actually is a bigger wrestling fan than I am, and he knows this stuff.
He knows this stuff.
I just. Yeah.
How much is this shit going for on eBay? Now,
Wait, do we have a picture this
we
time?
have a picture.
I didn't see it.
It is a Hulk Hogan WWF ruler that says Hulk rules on it.
12 inches.
$19.99. I know that's what it costs.
$19.99.
Yep.
I'm giving you the first bid,
Feel
$19.99.
free to continue saying it. That's what this costs.
That's what it should cost, $19.99. A Hulk Hogan ruler. That says Hulk
A
rules.
standard 12-inch ruler says Hulk rules. It's of course in red and yellow.
Yep.
All right. If you're gonna give me $20 to play with, I'm gonna go with $1.
You are.
I'm gonna take that
Do
under
what you got to do. It's
because-
$19.99.
All right.
because I don't think it's over $19.99. So
The winner is Bill.
damn it.
The actual asking price of this on eBay is $30.
Oh my goodness.
What
Now,
idiot?
30
What idiot
It's
thinks
Hulk
$30.
this
Hogan, man. It's Hulk Hogan.
So I looked this
for
up.
a ruler, sir?
$30
It is for a ruler.
$30 for a ruler.
Is this plastic?
I don't know.
It looks
I
like
assume
that
it's
soft
that wood.
plastic that, like, like it bends, but then it
Yeah.
snaps real easy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So I looked this up on Friday before I left for vacation.
Okay.
And I found this link, and it was $30. I marked it. Today, I looked it back up because I forgot I shut my computer out. I usually save it on the other computer so you can't see it.
Mm.
And I looked it up today. I'm like, oh, what was the price of that again? I thought it was like around $30. I look it up. There are two others.
Oh.
One's going for $50, and one is going for $75.
For a ruler, people.
Goddamn ruler.
Are these the asking prices or bid
Yeah,
prices?
Did
These are
Hogan
the
measure
These are
himself
asking
with this
prices.
ruler?
Maybe it's a exact dick size of Hulk Hogan.
No, it wouldn't be that big.
So there you go. It's tied again. Bill's back,
$30 for
I'm
a
back,
ruler.
baby. Hulk
For-
Hogan, man.
Oh my
but
God.
also $75. Don't pay
$30 to $75 for a 12-inch
Either
ruler.
way, you lose. But
Oh,
my
fuck.
goodness,
Like if they were signed, maybe
there's
give you 30.
there's also a Coliseum video, which is the WWF's like VHS service, also up for $75. A ruler, another ruler.
That's
Good Lord in heaven.
I don't think I own a ruler. I have a measuring tape. I don't think I own a ruler.
I do have a yardstick.
I'm
Okay.
You know what I use it for? I don't measure shit with it. I use it to get shit out from underneath the couch. That's what I use it for.
I'm fairly sure I don't have either. I don't think I can measure anything.
I do have I have a beginner's toolkit that includes.
We did, before we started this, talk about how less of men we are. We're
Yes.
we're not very good
I've
men.
been hanging out with my friend who is a manly man,
Right.
who for a living makes cars look nice, and for fun builds things, and he's
For
good
fun
at it.
builds things.
Yeah,
Like I want to make this look better.
That
I'll
is
just,
like
I'll just do it. I'm gonna do it.
literally the nightmare of my life is trying to fix something. Absolute nightmare.
He does it because I want to do it.
we all were just like, oh, we wish we were men.
Not man.
He'll like we'll sit and we'll
Nope.
be like hanging out in the backyard drinking, and he'll like
I'm real good
all right,
at
well,
like,
I've had 3 beers and I've only sat at this table. I need to do something. I can't just sit here.
I don't know how you do it after 3
I mean,
beers.
that's fair.
either.
I would play a game like a
No.
like a
He
darts
builds.
I
or
He
can't.
gets out
function.
power
Cornhole
tools
or
and he makes
something.
things out of nothing.
that's
I can't use power tools sober. I can't do anything after 3 beers. No
I
lie.
mean, 3 beers is on the small
That's a-
side
yeah,
of the estimate
yeah.
too.
The Lightning just tied it up, by the way. We're still watching hockey.
Ah,
Oh, I didn't see it, but there was a goal where a dude like full on laid out and tapped it in.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Blake Coleman was the dude's name. I used to watch him in Albany.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And he was like,
that's pretty
he's
cool.
like a 3rd, 4th liner now. He was like one of the good players back. I mean, it's obviously AHL to NHL, but
Yeah.
on the Bruins, he was not like a tough guy at all. He was like a skilled player.
I did because I saw that goal and I don't remember where I was. Oh, it was Wednesday. It must
Friday.
have been.
You're right.
Or maybe it was Wednesday. It might have been
Yeah.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Game.
'Cause
Oh
that's-
yeah, over my
over
yeah.
your shoulder. I was like, oh wow, he laid out for that one.
Yes, you're
Speaking
right.
of good goals, how about Tobin in your soccer? How about Tobin Heath's crazy goal? Did you see that?
Which one was
Did he
hers?
not see it?
Oh, I
Like,
did.
It was
I
like
watched.
a sliding kick from like half field, midfield. That's what you say, right? Midfield.
Oh,
And
you're talking about the one not
it-
tonight.
Half court.
No, not tonight.
Oh, okay.
Last game.
So
It ricocheted against
what was
Mexico.
it? What was that?
It ricocheted off the post and went in.
Was
From
that
mid court.
Saturday?
Yes. This is her first touch back from being injured.
I think that was. Yeah, I think that was Saturday.
I think it was Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a nice goal. It was a nice goal. She almost she did have one tonight as well.
Wow.
Who else? Sam Ewis, Carly Lloyd, own goal, and then Tobin. I'm pretty sure were the 4 goals.
4 goals tonight.
Yeah, and it should have been a Kristen Press goal, but the
She had 2 on Saturday.
the goalie made a very nice save, and she saved it into her defender, who like bungled it over the line, so it became an own goal.
All right. Our review this week.
Oofa.
I enjoyed. You didn't. You neither of you did.
I did enjoy it. No, I did
Okay,
enjoy
you
it.
did enjoy it.
I did not enjoy one particular character in it.
Of course.
It was awkward, and there are times I feel bad for David Arquette, and times I do
thought
not.
for sure. felt
Sometimes
bad
I
for
do
him.
not at all feel bad for him.
Right.
But
The first, it was like I could not get through the first 45 minutes. Like I had to keep stopping it. Bill says that he stops things because he's bored. I stopped it because it was too awkward. I could
here's
not
what I
continue
find:
watching it.
if I don't know what's coming, I can sit through the awkward, no problem. But if I know, like if it's a second run through on something,
Oh, okay.
I'll like get up and walk away for the real awkward stuff because I don't want to see it again.
Yeah, for me, it was like some of these things you could just see coming, and I was just like, oh god,
So-
this is so bad.
Could you not watch Curb? I had problems with watching. Still have problems watching Curb because I feel awkward.
Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah,
Never watched
Again,
it.
if I don't know what's coming, I'm fine. If I know what's about to happen, I don't want to see it.
Some cringe, like obviously it's supposed to be funny.
I haven't watched that
a
one.
few times where I'm like, oh boy, I could see myself getting in because I get so flustered when I get into those situations in person. So.
Yeah.
All right, You Cannot Kill David Arquette. It's very good. It's on Hulu. You should watch it. It's weird that it starts on Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah,
Honestly, it until they went back and they were building up to that fight.
yeah.
Forgotten?
I thought it was Fit Finley.
Oh, really?
I had no idea who it was, and
I
I,
thought it
was
was
just,
Fit Finley at first.
I thought it was very odd. So
Mr. Kennedy or Ken Kennedy, whatever you want to call him.
it did set it up so that like you knew. All right.
Mr. Anderson.
Oh, okay. It set it up so you knew like, all right, they're setting it up so wrestling. You know that wrestling people don't like him. Like they still don't even like him. So that's how I took the intro, not knowing who the guy was. So
Right. So the backstory is we get all the YouTube people talking about how much of a blunder this was, but back in 2000 when WCW was literally just desperate for anything, they had the movie Ready to Rumble come out where he was the star. They decided to bring him in to promote the movie, which makes sense. But then they made him a wrestler, and then they thought, Vince Russo thought,
Fuck
it'd be a
Vince
great
Russo.
idea to make him the champion because we'll get a lot of press for it. So the way they did it was they did this ridiculous multi-man match, and anybody could pin anybody for the title, and I believe he pinned Bischoff or somebody. He pinned somebody stupid.
No, well, Bischoff like set it up. I don't think he pinned Bischoff. Bischoff like is the one who
Bischoff
made it.
was on TV and like he
Yeah.
was a part of it as well, but he was only like a TV character, I guess he says. So that's the background. He won the title. He lost it like the next day or the next pay-per-view. He was very quick. He did not have the title for very long. They did it for a cash grab, but the title, one thing that pissed everybody off
Pin Bischoff.
is because
Oh, he did pin
I
Bischoff,
thought that's
okay.
what it was. He did not pin a wrestler. They like super protected everybody in the match, like
Right.
to make it not stupid as best as they could, even though it was stupid.
Goes DDP and Jeff Jarrett in the match as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they tried their best to like cover it all up and all that, but the WCW title, though, we got a good old face smush going here. The WCW title is like sacred because it was technically connected to the NWA title and all that, and like all these legends had the belt, and now you have David Arquette in the line.
Yeah.
And it was like the first of many stupid things that had happened in wrestling with championships and stuff. So people fucking hated it and fucking hate him because of it, because they pinned the death of WCW on David Arquette, which is not the right answer.
No.
It's Vince Russo's fault and all the people who are in charge's fault.
And the fact that
fucking
they
it
gave everything away.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
There's a lot to it. It's not David Arquette's fault. They were going and down the drain before that even happened. We get a background on David Arquette, Scream movies, good actor.
He was like an up-and-coming superstar.
Guy who fucked his life up by wrestling. That's what they say.
Well, his wife, the new one.
The new wife.
Yeah,
was
not
on
Courtney
Entertainment
Cox.
Tonight. Yeah.
Who looks exactly like Courtney Cox.
She
But
does kind of look like her.
she said that he got typecast when he did the Scream movies because he played the goofy guy.
He was a doofus,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it happens, so...
He's good at playing a doofus.
Yeah.
What can you say? They bring Ric Flair in. He sits down. And he says,
this is funny.
He said, you know what? David's a nice guy. Like, he has respect for the business. He came in. He shook everybody's hand. He treated us fairly and with respect and how we want to be treated. And then they're like, okay. Like, did you give him his blessing to, like, win the title? And he's like, whoa, let's not get crazy here. Let's not get crazy here. He's a nice guy, but no. I did not think that was a good idea. But he did say, oh, but his wife is hot.
Yes.
Of course, Rick's got to get that in there.
Yeah.
Was he talking about Courtney Cox or his new wife?
Probably both.
They're both
Probably
hot.
both.
Probably both.
Probably in Rick's mind is one person.
I was going to say that. Damn you, Bill. Because they really do. I mean, like, she just
They
looks
look
a
pretty
little
much the
bit
same.
younger than Courtney.
They kind of sound the same a little bit, too.
Yeah.
There was a part later where the daughter of David and Courtney had one kid, right?
Coco? Yeah.
She goes to Courtney Cox's house and shows her a video of David Arquette wrestling.
Yep.
And, like, is proud of her dad.
Yeah.
It's a nice moment.
Yeah.
And shows it to Courtney Cox. And I'm like, oh, that's the Entertainment Tonight new wife. And I'm like, wait, no, that's Courtney. No, we're back to Courtney Cox. Oh, my God. I legitimately mixed them up.
Yep.
Because they look exactly the same. They have 4 kids and 3 basset hounds.
3 basset hounds. Okay.
3.
I did see
4 kids, 3 basset hounds. In 1996, everything was looking good. In 2000, he ruined his life by doing wrestling.
Yep.
And then for 10 straight years, all he did was get rejected from every role ever.
Yeah.
Which is not true because he has acted. Come on.
He's acted in a ton of stuff. I'm looking through it now to find what we're watching next week.
Many
and
things.
Not a lot to pick from.
So we get Courtney Cox here, and she says, like, yeah, he's got a lot of problems, but also, like, this obsession with wrestling is embarrassing to me. Not the reason we got divorced, but, like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We see Patricia Arquette talk about, like, her brother and say, like, look, he's got a lot of problems, and he likes this stuff. Like, what am I supposed to do? He says he loves wrestling, it just doesn't love him back. And then we go into the WCW bullshit of it all. It was your fault. No, it was my fault. No, it was your fault. Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff trying to get rid of the blame between each other. And then Russo saying, okay, fine, it is my idea. It was a good idea because we were on the front of Variety or whatever.
Yeah, Vanity Fair or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah. Whoever's fault it was not David Arquette's fault.
No, it wasn't.
And I do like, I know we're going to get there, when DDP was like, oh, so you're telling me if they said we want to put the belt on you,
Yes.
you'd have said no?
Yeah.
Right. So my relationship to this whole thing is I thought it was fucking stupid at the time.
Obviously.
And I was one of those people who thought he's a dickhead. David Arquette's an asshole.
And he
doing
was
this.
very good at playing that role
And
as the Hollywood.
he was being a dick on TV on purpose, being a heel. And I was like, you ruined this. You're ruining this. You ruined this belt. You ruined this company I used to enjoy. What the fuck? And then I saw that Shun interview years later from DDP, 4 or 5, however many years later it was, in the mid 2000s, where he was talking about, like, don't hate David Arquette. Hate the people who gave him the opportunity to win the title.
Yeah.
Like, would you? They're giving you the fucking WWF title tonight. You're saying no?
Yeah.
Nobody would say no to that, especially if you're a Mark wrestling fan. You're not saying no to that.
Which he definitely is.
Yeah,
He is
100%.
a huge
I
mark.
feel
Yeah.
it felt to me like he was, and then there was times where he like I feel like his fandom was like 80s into the 90s a little bit, and then
Yeah.
like big gap, and then
Yeah.
he like picked it back up. But
Right.
I mean that was not
That's not abnormal for a fan.
for a lot of people,
He-
myself included. There was
he
gaps.
he definitely loved all the pageantry
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
showmanship of wrestling,
Hey, Miss Elizabeth.
but
Oh,
all
yeah.
he saw was that like surface layer of wrestling. He didn't think
Right.
about like all the
right.
hard shit that comes along
and
with it.
and why people would be so angry with him. I mean, he knew. It seems like he knew people
He
would.
he knew
would be
not
mad.
to. He knew he shouldn't be taking the belt,
Right.
but like he didn't realize like all right how hated he would become.
Yeah. Right. So he says he needs to wrestle again, so he's not this black mark on the wrestling business. And it's like this obsession of his. I don't. What happens here? Maybe we can clear this up while I get a beer for myself. He goes to a bar and pitches Brian Knobbs of the Nasty Boys, like,
Yep.
let me wrestle at your Legends event or something like.
Yeah.
Let me do something so I can get back in. And then there's a fist fight,
Well,
or what I perceive to be a fist fight.
yeah. To me, it seemed like it was 2 days before the show, and he finds Knobs like in the bar, and he's talking to him, and he's pitching this idea, and Brian's just like, dude, it is 2 days before the show. I'm not doing.
You can't just show up and let yourself in.
Exactly.
But it seemed to me like there was another. It wasn't Knobs himself. It was one of his friends. There was
Yes,
another.
it was somebody else
Probably
who
also
got
a wrestler,
who,
but-
yeah, who was like, "Oh, you're not fucking that kind of thing. Like, you're not getting involved with this. You're
Yeah.
a piece of shit." That yeah.
Yeah.
So it was definitely Arquette just being there in
Yeah,
the
just
wrong
showing
space.
up and saying like, "Put me on your show."
yeah, and then
Thank you. Because then even at the end, after it's broken up and he's outside smoking a cig, where he's like, I mean, I get it. Like, I understand why they're upset.
yeah,
Which
But-
maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, because he's the one that like showed up out of nowhere. But
well,
he's like, I
yes.
get that. I'm not part of the family or whatever.
Yeah, but this was also in the earlier half of the
Before
documentary.
he did anything else.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Where everything's super awkward, and like you're seeing that he's got like brain problems,
Oh, when
neurological
they put
problems.
him on ketamine just to see what happens.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
was
Like-
crazy.
Like a doctor's like, yeah, we're gonna load you up and see how high we can get you.
yeah. So
like he's freaking out, and they're putting more and more and more into his arm.
I don't know what the hell was happening there.
I jokingly thought to myself at the beginning of that scene, like, "Oh, I want to go to this doctor." And by the end of that scene, it's like, "I don't want anything to do with
Yeah.
this." Nope,
No.
nope, nope.
so like during that first half, it before he starts like training and stuff like that, you could just tell that something's not right with him.
Yeah,
he's still
problem.
all messed up. He's still probably drinking at the time.
Yeah.
His life is still not good, and that's when I mean that first half hour to an hour was very hard to watch. But
He has heart problems as well. We didn't mention that. He talks to a doctor about his heart, and he's like, I want to wrestle. And the doctor's like, you had a heart attack. You have 2 stents in your heart.
Yep.
If someone drops an elbow or punches you hard in the chest, one of those could rupture and you could die.
yeah.
Okay,
This
well,
is
what if a
probably
300-pound
not a good
guy
idea.
just jumps on my chest?
Yeah.
This
that's
was
even worse.
That's worse.
This was the Indian doctor.
The
real
real
doctor.
one that was
Yes.
like a real doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do see him get pumped with drugs. Did you just spill?
Me?
What happened? What are you laughing at?
No,
I was laughing at
apparently-
nothing.
Yeah, apparently probably something racist in your mind.
What? No. Why do you go to racism?
Because we had just talked about Indian guy, and
You gotta tell
and then
us
like
now.
2 seconds later you laughed.
Unrelated.
What happened?
Nothing happened.
Oh no. So he gets pumped with those drugs, like we said. It's fucking weird.
Oh.
That whole scene is weird.
Yeah.
yeah,
Very awkward.
He just gets. They make him really high on ketamine until like they have to overdose him to make him like calm down.
yeah.
And he like flips out too.
Yeah.
His dad was an actor.
His
You get into,
grandfather
like,
was something.
the
Yeah.
background.
Clown.
The two of them were actors, and then
His
one of
his
them
mom and dad were both actors.
one of them was a
dad
clown.
His grandfather, I believe, was a clown.
Yeah.
His dad was the voice of Jimmy Snuka in Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling.
Yep.
So must have loved that. We see him get booked for a signing and get set up. He goes to his garage to find a magician's cape and a bunch of magic shit.
Yep. Like
For
all
his
gimmick.
character.
Oh God, the photo shoot.
And then he goes to the photo shoot.
I had to stop watching for a day.
And he because he needs 8x10s for the autograph signing. And they take some of the wackiest pictures ever.
Yep.
It's real
David
silly.
the Magic Man Arquette.
Yeah.
Which was never part of his gimmick before.
No, it wasn't.
You think if you're going to a wrestling show, you're going to want him to be the Hollywood jerk or whatever,
Yeah,
not
no.
a new gimmick.
No, he wants to be loved.
It's
funny how it starts and it's like, oh, this is embarrassing. But then by the time he gets to like the legend show and like
at the very end.
at the very end,
Yes.
he's like refined it and he's like a hard-working dude in the ring who comes out and shoots streamers out of his hand and that's it.
That's pretty
Yeah,
much
it's like,
yeah. There's
oh,
no more
this-
magic stuff.
This is kind of decent. Like this isn't
Yeah.
terrible.
This is something you can get behind.
You can kind of get away with it. So he goes to the 8x10s. Then he comes back. It's just this dude wanting to wrestle is just I'm fucking rich because he is
Yeah.
rich, legit.
Got a giant mansion.
A nice
Oh, yeah.
house.
He had an oversized like one of these chairs.
The giant chair he
Yeah,
was sitting
giant
in.
chair to sit in, a giant tennis set, racket and ball.
yeah.
He has all this cool shit, and he goes home after the 8x10 shoot, and now it's these guys that you're laughing at. These sumo guys.
I didn't even see Sumo guys.
Oh, that's just, okay.
Stop being racist, Wally.
I didn't even say anything.
It's Wally's fault. Anyway, he comes back and he gets on, like saddles up his horse. Like, oh, this guy's got horses too.
Yep.
And he gets out. He like gets a joint out and smokes pot and rides his horse around.
Why is M. Night Shyamalan still making films?
I don't know.
Sorry, let's
He's
continue.
making
He gets high and yeah, this is a new movie.
She's a mermaid.
Isn't this the one where they age? They're on like
Or
the beach
apparently
and they
she's not
all
a mermaid.
no, they all age like super fast.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. They get old. Yeah.
Old. M. Night.
That's
knock
gonna be
it. Knock it off.
That's
M. Night.
gonna be a
Stop.
shit.
You stop it right now. You stop it.
You stop.
You go to your room, M. Night Shyamalan. You go to your
Think
room.
about what you've done.
That's a bad M Night. That's a bad M Night.
Anyway, smoking pot, riding a horse. This sounds fun.
It sounds fine. It sounds scary as heck to me, but yeah, it could be fun.
Probably
Yeah.
not the best idea ever.
Did
but
he have a saddle on the horse? Because I feel like he didn't have a saddle,
He might have been bareback
He
in
might have
it.
been
which is
bareback
a
in it.
poor choice.
Ugh.
You never want to go bareback.
Maybe
natural,
he's just
bro.
that good.
That hurts.
He's that
I
good.
honestly have never
hurts.
ridden
I-
saddle or not. I've never been on a horse.
My entire
kinda
understanding of bareback comes from the one Scrubs episode where JD goes horseback riding on the beach and he's bareback and then he almost loses a testicle. So
I don't like the sound of
I
that.
don't like any of that.
no.
I only ride horses side saddle, anyways.
We go to the convention. He does not do well there. People are mad.
Oh my god.
Um,
He goes around and like basically is a tourist himself at the
Yep.
at that first.
and we even see our buddy New Jack there, and he pulls a knife on him and holds it to his neck for a picture. Did you see that?
Yep. I didn't realize that was New Jack, but yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, I recognize the scarred head.
That-
Yep.
Now that we're saying it, yes, of course it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I did not pick that up. No.
So he goes to his first backyard wrestling show, which is like, oh my god, talk about
This
embarrassment.
is not a show.
Talk about embarrassment.
This
He
is
even
us.
says like, "Oh, this is."
He didn't realize what he was getting himself into.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh,
So
Simon Guevara just got added to that Poughkeepsie show.
This is
Nice.
if you had a wrestling ring in your backyard and the two of us came over and we all wrestled together. That's what this was.
I'll be honest. If David Arquette was here, I would come
So-
wrestle him in your yard, Ryan.
kind of, I would love to see that. I would pay to see you wrestle David Arquette.
I would do
No,
it.
you would not.
I would-
Stop your lying.
I was gonna say I would do it for free, but now I would do it for money.
If Bill was wrestling, I would pay to see my friend wrestle. He's my friend.
Oh my god!
You
In your
sang-
backyard, in your own backyard.
Where else would I
pay-
wrestle?
Let me say this. Let me say this out of my own ego. I'm just gonna say this. I could get more people in my backyard to watch a wrestling match between Bill and David Arquette
There
than the
was-
people at this show.
There was
absolutely
literally
true.
the
100%.
only people who were wrestling.
Right. The wrestlers were watching their own show.
Yes.
I could beat that.
Yes.
I could beat that with almost no experience. I could beat that.
You could book at least 25 people in your yard.
Yeah, I could book just by calling my friends at least 20. Obviously, these people don't have many friends.
I feel like
Those were
I
their
feel like
friends.
there are
Yeah.
enough people that you could say like, "Hey, Bill's gonna actually try to wrestle someone," and that would be enough. They're like, yeah, I want to see him get hurt."
Yes.
I feel like there's enough people.
If I sent a mass email out to everybody I know that said, "Hey guys, Bill is wrestling in my backyard. You're not going to miss out on this." Oh, by the way, it's David Arquette.
Oh yeah,
We would get
you would
people here.
easily get 50 people
Yeah,
back
we
here.
get people back here. Anyway, I like this guy.
There was 7
who's
people
like
back here.
His friend.
Yeah,
It's like, I'll help you, and he drives.
I appreciate
in
what he
full
did,
gear.
but I do not like him. He weirds me out.
This guy who
I'm uncomfortable with him.
the in full gear, just
driving his
Yeah.
car.
Always
yes.
in full gear.
one
Never
curl,
not
ev-
in full gear.
one barbell curl every
Yeah.
like 2 minutes.
But it was at
curling,
least 5 pounds of barbell
curling in his junk van, just disgusting.
where he
van.
lives.
Yes.
Very clearly where he lives.
This is definitely like a 70s, 80s. You drive around the country
Yes.
living in that
Because I
van.
do understand the whole like most wrestlers are not WWE, most wrestlers are
right.
backyard, whatever. But he was selling it as this is what most wrestlers do, and that is not the case.
Yeah.
Most wrestlers have jobs, and that's what they do for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This dude lives in a van so he can drive around wrestling. Which,
good for him.
if you can make it work, good for you. But
I loved it. I thought it was funny.
he
Funny
made
as
me
hell.
uncomfortable.
He sets up the backyard thing. They wrestle in front of no one. He comes out as the Magic Man.
They broke the ring before his
They-
match
they,
too.
Yeah.
They already broke the ring. They had to undo the entire ring to repair it
Yep.
with duct tape.
And the crowd, helped to rebuild it.
The
Yeah,
one
it's
the
not
one
the
guy
wrestlers.
goes, "You didn't have a bar here or something like
They
that,"
didn't
and they're like,
build
"Oh,
it.
I was in jail when this was built."
They didn't build it properly.
What the
There's a
fuck?
lot going on here behind the scenes.
Yes.
He does the Magic Man stuff, and they beat the living fuck out of him.
Yeah, he takes a beating.
I literally fast forwarded through this entire match because I knew it was coming, and I was
Yep.
like, "This is not gonna be something I want
You
to
feel
watch."
bad for him, but he earns their respect at the end because they're like, well, he took the beating and didn't. Seems like he wants to come back, so
Yeah.
respect to him. We changed our mind on him. Which
For,
is,
to me, it seemed like they were more laughing at him still. They
They-
were still
they
like,
did laugh at
"We
the
beat the
fact,
shit
like,
out of him.
we didn't pay.
That's
him.
what he gets.
Yeah.
Like that's what you. If you want to be a real wrestler, that's what you get."
Yeah, you
So,
get beat up
I
and you don't make any money.
And I'm like, dude, you don't look like a real
Yeah,
wrestler to
calm
me.
down.
I'm
They were not
sorry.
real
Yeah.
wrestlers.
He does some training. We talk about how he's a child,
Well,
basically.
you're a social media whiz. Book me in a match against David Arquette.
Sure.
Okay. Sorry, continue.
If we
He might show up.
tweeted from the Nation of
He
Conversation,
might show up.
he would probably show up.
He might show
I
up.
don't think that he would. But I would wrestle him.
If we could get if we could find a mat somewhere, find a ring somewhere.
He's trying to track down
it's
Butterburt
a-
Williams, a wrestler I used to know.
There's no mats. It's a backyard.
Oh, we're going full hardcore?
It's a hardcore match backyard, but you can only use
I don't.
the kids' toys
Let
that
me
are
just.
in the back.
Okay, that I could deal with. Because let me be clear.
Yes.
I do not want to take the bumps that David Arquette takes.
No, yeah, he
Not
took
even a little bit.
those
I
fucking
want
light
zero
bulbs.
light tubes.
Yeah, those light tubes.
No, it would be-
Jesus Christ.
No pizza cutters.
No, like he would lay out a bunch of Matchbox cars and slam you on.
I
That's
s-
what
That
the
sounds
match-
awful, but I could take a Matchbox car.
Oh man, that does sound bad. But that sounds way better than a fucking light tube
Yeah,
because
no, I
it didn't
want
seem
no
like
light
he had any idea
You do not
how
want-
bad a light tube would be.
It's bad. We go to his parents or his family's puppet theater, and he has a puppet match because he is a child. He's literally a child.
Yeah, reenacting
It's a puppet of
how
him
he won
now
the WCW.
Against
Yeah.
the devil.
against the devil.
Yeah.
Or
Which is-
Pan or some sort of devilish character.
It's funny because his like banter and his commentary actually made me laugh. Some of the
Yeah.
stuff he said about the devil.
yeah.
But yeah, he's still not in his
Still
he's still not
whacked out.
yeah, he's still not in a good mindset.
DDP.
I do wonder, though, if I had a lot of money when I was
How
35 or
whacked
40
would
years
you be?
old, I don't know that I'd be especially down to earth.
No, you wouldn't.
no.
DDP invites him to go to Mexico, Cancun to do DDP yoga.
This
Yep.
was after what we see was like a one day of wrestling at some little shitty
whatever
training
the local
place.
podunk
Training.
place was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go meet DDP, and his wife calls his friend
Yeah.
and says like, "You need to go to."
Who was some dude that he
Which-
just met
right.
at the Super Bowl.
You need to
All
go-
right, I'm sorry, but I love that story. The
was a
story of
good
how he
story.
met this guy, and he
Yes.
just like I saw he was a Sandy Creek first responder,
Sandy Hook,
Sandy Hook, yep.
firefighter.
Yeah.
Or no, cop. Sandy Hook cop.
First
I believe.
responder.
first
something.
responder. Yeah, and he's like, "Do you have a ticket to the game?" The guy said no, and he brought him inside
So do
with
you
him.
want to come with me?
You're coming with
That's-
me.
that's
And then they
fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It makes David Arquette. David Arquette is not a bad guy.
No,
I
he's
think
not.
this dude. He's
That's-
very clearly a nice fella.
Yes.
He's a nice
He's a
fella.
weird
That's-
guy, but he's a nice fella.
Yeah,
That's
he's
the entire
weird,
thing of
But he's
this.
not. He's not a dick, and that's
No.
what I think gets across more than the wrestling in this.
Yeah. He wants to be a wrestler
but-
just because he's crazy, but like he's a nice dude.
So this confused me. This part where his wife calls the friend and she's like, "Can you go to Cancun because he's going to do this weird thing?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I would feel more
The-
comfortable if you were there.
I would feel more comfortable. But the weird thing is, he's going to do yoga with DDP. You cannot be with more of a caring person than DDP.
Well, I
But
think
he does more
was-
while he's in Mexico. It's
Yeah.
not just DDP.
Yeah.
It's-
She knew
it's
he was
because
going to
of
be
all the
down
other-
there.
It's got to be because of all the other stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
DDP, I would trust. DDP could watch both of my kids right now, probably. He could walk in and be like, "I'm here, I'm your babysitter." Bang. And you're like, "Okay. I think that's fine."
yeah.
It's that kind of a
no,
guy.
I hesitate
would-
only because
I-
he is an actual stranger, but probably of the strangers, he'd be the
Of
one.
all the strangers?
of all the strangers
He'd probably
in the
be the
world,
one, yeah.
If you're ranking strangers, he's probably very
He's
high
high on the
that.
list. He's high on the
It's
list.
okay. It'll be fine.
Top 5 strangers in the world.
That you would let just show up.
Hey guys, listen to him. He's going to tell you some weird health things, but some of them might work.
You know what? Do some of these.
any yoga he
yoga,
does, just
yeah.
do it.
Just do it.
See how yeah. It's a good thing.
Oh man. Anyway, the Buds hang out in Mexico and they wrestle each other in the hotel room.
How's this dude just one day later after being asked to go to Mexico?
What kind of life does he have?
He's
where
like,
just
yeah, I can do that.
I'm out.
No,
I can
first
afford
responders-
it, and
Yeah.
I can take time off.
I guess
Time off for first responders is weird. You kind of not make your own schedule, but there is leeway to say like I need this day because it's not a regular work schedule.
True.
You don't get paid if you're not there, as I understand it.
Right.
But
But how is he? Maybe David paid for him.
probably.
That's
I'm guessing yes.
That was probably like the cut scene that hit the cutting room floor.
Yeah,
is like,
right.
hey, you got to pay for it then.
Yeah. Okay, you buy my ticket.
if you're gonna
Okay,
fly me to
fake-
Mexico, I'll go.
like, okay, fake Courtney, I'll go to Mexico for you.
No, fake Courtney.
If you're gonna pay me to go to Mexico, I will do it.
DDP, we see him doing some sweet yoga in the mountains or wherever he is, and Arquette goes
Mountainous
up to him.
beach at the.
Arquette goes up to him, and this is it. This is all it is. DDP goes, "You want to wrestle?" And he's like, "Yeah, I want to wrestle." And he's like, "Why? You don't need to."
Yep.
And he's like, "Well, I need to get good in everybody's eyes." And he's like, "First of all, you fucking don't." Basically, like,
Yeah.
you don't.
I was there. You don't.
You're a rich man. You're not an asshole. Like, you really don't. It's WCW's dead. Like, nobody cares. And then the other thing is, like, if you do it, you got to take it seriously, and that's it. End
Yeah.
of pep talk.
Yeah, he said he kind of also said like something like I won't train you, but I'll guide you, that kind of thing.
Right.
But I can totally understand David wanting to get back in the ring because like wherever he goes, people fucking hate him for no reason. It's not
Yeah,
his fault.
right.
Like he wants to show that he respects
It's
the
still
sport.
real to me, damn it, because
Yeah.
that's most wrestling fans.
Yeah,
Let's
like,
be honest. That is most
Right.
wrestling fans.
and he wants to show that like it wasn't his fault. He respects the sport, so I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do it right this
And
time.
one could argue he did do that.
And he
He did do that.
he
Somewhat,
loses
to a
most of
degree.
his matches throughout this
He
thing.
loses
Okay,
he loses every
single match,
except for
until
one.
the end.
Yes, I thought I wasn't like just seeing things
No,
like
he wants to lose. He wants to go
Yeah.
out and wrestle and entertain
That's
people
what
and
I
lose.
woke up.
yeah.
Anyway, we see a very fun thing, which is him training, and he's trying to learn how to do a Hurricane Rana, and he's not doing well with it.
Which
it looks hard.
to be fair, I would be especially 46 years old or whatever he is.
Oh my god, I can
trying
barely
to-
move now.
Yeah.
10 years younger.
Yeah. So good for
So,
him for finally doing it.
He does hit it, and then we see street wrestling in traffic,
Oh.
which is insane.
Another time where I had to actually stop the thing, take
'Cause
like
he's-
20 minutes, half hour.
He's super awkward, but even more scary are these. They're very good.
They're
like
so good.
flip out of moves and don't land on the concrete. Like nobody. And then the way the match ends made me laugh.
They'll take one
Just
shot.
one chair shot to the back.
Yep.
Match over.
Yep.
And then you go collect the money from the cars stopped at the stoplight.
I did think because would I give these guys money or not?
I would. Yeah.
I think if I was if it's a normal part of my these guys again, then no. But I
you were
think if I was
visiting?
driving through Troy and two dudes had a wrestling match and they asked me, I wouldn't give them a lot, but I'd give them like a couple bucks.
I give him with the change I have in my
there you go.
my change.
I think I probably
spot.
would, yeah.
And don't take a bump on the concrete match.
Yep. He
He does hit a crossbody and they catch him.
yeah.
That's
There was one point where they go. One of them is like. He says something like, "I thought you said this guy was cool."
Yeah.
And I was like,
because he clearly is uncomfortable doing it. He doesn't. But then at one point he legit runs up a ladder and jumps off. And like, oh,
Yeah.
all right, he's not so bad.
All right.
Yeah.
He's fine.
And then he takes them out drinking, and then they love him.
They go out drinking. They sing karaoke. They chase chickens. He gets a tattoo of a luchador mask on his arm.
Yep.
Which
Which was that? Was that the famous luchador guy from the
yes.
El Santo, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. it
Which is generic mask, but
Yeah.
I have his mask over there somewhere. That silver mask is his. So he parties with them, and they like that. And then he wrestles at this place, which looks kind of fun. It's like a weird
yeah.
3-row audience, but whatever. They give him a lucha mask. He looks halfway decent in the match,
Yeah.
and people cheer. And then at the end, he gets gifted somebody signs their luchador mask.
Which
and
I
gives it
imagine
to
is
him.
awesome. And I do
I
like
think
that
it's
they
an honor.
show the guy walking
Yeah,
around with his mask on,
blurred.
but they blur it out.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right,
even
right.
if you they blurred it, but even then David was trying to block his face from being seen.
Right,
he
right.
knew that's a big thing.
And
And I
then
do like they interviewed at least one person in the crowd was like,
Yeah.
I like that pink guy.
Yeah.
nobody really knew who he was.
Yep. If the pink guy wrestles again, I'll
pay
pay.
for it.
He did look pretty good, and there's a funny part at the end where he's in the locker room and two guys walk up to him without their masks, and he goes, "That's what you look like." I was like, "This,
You're
this
good-looking
is
guys."
fun.
Yeah.
This is fun. This side of it is fun.
Yeah.
Whereas all the down in the dump stuff, I do feel it
Oh,
too.
we're gonna
But I
go
mean-
back down in the
yeah,
dumps.
we're going
here.
back.
But you do need that for it to be.
Oh, you need the redemption,
Yeah.
right? So he goes on the Wendy Williams show for some reason to announce he's
Okay.
returning to wrestling. I don't know.
which
if
that's
she-
a show that exists.
I don't think she has a
Apparently?
show anymore. Yeah, oh yeah, she was fun.
Well,
It's
yeah,
kinda
I had-
cuckoo-bird.
I was not a person who watches talk shows or anything
Yeah,
like that,
right.
so I had no idea who she was.
We're back.
I recognize her probably from Chelsea. Somehow I know who she was, but I don't think
Yes.
I've ever actually watched her.
We're back training. He trains with pretty Peter Avalon. Where
Yeah,
he buys
yeah.
his own wrestling ring and puts it in his backyard, which I'm like, how has he not had a wrestling ring this whole time? But okay.
Oh, my favorite thing is they're setting it up and fake Courtney comes out and she goes, "Wait, we own this?"
Yeah. You bought this? Yes, I did. So they train, and then we see he's going to have a match with RJ City, who I enjoy very much.
Don't know who that was.
He is a very funny wrestler who does Coffee in My Underwear is his show.
The other,
think, or something like
I
that.
was thinking about having us watch the great moments that he does, those little cartoons.
Oh, RJ?
Yeah. But
Great
I can only
moments in
find
wrestling.
3 that are a total of about 4.5 minutes. So
They're
probably
short.
not
They're pretty
probably
short.
not a whole show there.
Nope, probably not. Nope.
He's a funny guy. So they set up their match.
I love how they did this though, like their
intercuts.
intercut the actual match with how they're
exposing
explaining
the
it.
business so
Yeah.
much.
But that's fine.
He gets spray tanned and whacked. First he gets waxed, then he gets spray tanned. He gets his butthole spray tanned.
As a dude
Who's-
that is fairly hairy,
Who's spray tanning their own butthole?
I would rather spray tan my butthole than get it waxed. I'll tell you
I
that.
guess.
yeah,
but,
they
like,
were
why?
right up in there.
They got
with the
right
wax.
up in there.
And I get that
You know what
dudes
though?
look better shaved than they do hairy.
Oh my god.
But I feel like if I'm in this position, I'm just gonna be a hairy wrestler. I'll go Prince Albert before I go. full-
The best part is he goes home and his wife goes, Well, what are you
These
going
guys
to
are
do when
not
you go to the
saying this to
movie?
each other.
What do you?
Get him
Oh,
a-
yeah.
What are you going to do about the
So-
movie? He goes, oh fuck, I forgot about that. So he goes and showers it all off.
Yeah. First, it's hot.
Look
in
at these
California.
guys not being nice to each other.
Oh, that's a fight.
It's not. It's because
sc-
they got their gloves on,
A scrum.
so they're just arguing at this point.
It's
Oh,
just-
Coleman, that's the guy.
Yeah. That kind of thing.
They do. Hockey players love face washes.
Oh, yeah.
Love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
A little paintbrush.
Yeah.
Anyway, he gets the spray tan. It's already dripping off of his body. And he comes in the house, and they're like, oh, my God, you have to go to Premiere tonight, which he said he hasn't worked in 10 years, which is not true, and now he's going to Premiere, so whatever. He has to shower it all off. And then he has this match against RJ City,
Which was a good match.
which was a good,
At least the way
solid
they
match.
cut it up, yeah.
And he
That's true, yeah.
gets legitimately punched in the face, I think, at one point, and he has a big old egg under his eye.
Yeah, he catches something. Yeah.
And his kids go, or at least his older daughter, and say like, "Dad, that was good.
Oh,
we
this
cheer,
is this
we
is the
cheer
match
for Dad."
Yeah, this is the match.
And
where
then she goes home and shows it to real Courtney Cox, and Courtney Cox is like, "Oh my God, wow, I can't believe he did that." She's like, kind of into it,
yeah, because this
kind of not.
That's the first time that that daughter was like,
Yeah. 'cause
okay with it.
Not
Ever,
hating him, yeah.
Before that,
Right.
she was like, "This is so embarrassing. Oh my God!" I'm
But
gonna
also
kill
in her
myself."
defense, when he comes
embarrassing.
in as Magic Man, and like, yeah,
fair.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. Yep.
It's embarrassing until you see it in the ring, I guess. And then, so that was at Championship Wrestling of Hollywood, which is a decent show. I don't know if it's running still or not. Patricia Arquette goes on Ellen and says, like, Ellen asks her about the wrestling, and she's like, well, he had a legit heart attack last year, so hopefully he doesn't hurt himself. We see him and RJ are now a team against Frank the Clown. Fucking Frank the Clown shows up in this.
I said that has to be Frank the Clown.
It was. And then we see a montage of him wrestling all kinds of big names and fun people. And then we see a clip of a show we went to.
We sure did.
We saw a clip of the show we went to where he was there.
Not the clip I hope to see. but-
Which
No.
clip is this?
It was it Mick Foley came out?
Okay.
I can't remember the order.
You just
I
see.
don't remember the order
I remember.
either,
I
was
remember
like-
seeing Mick Foley in the ring with
Mick
him.
Foley and Jerry the King Lawler come out and say like, we're a couple of champions, like
That was what I wanted. Was where Mick Foley goes, look at that, 3 world champions in the ring.
Yes, and then David Arquette came out to make 3 world champions, and they beat up the King's Court or whatever.
Yeah.
The like local, not local, but the Northeast Wrestling like main roster guys that are always there. It's like a king.
But that's what I wanted. I wanted the clip
like
of
a jester
when
and
he
like
got
those
out
guys.
to the ring and Mick Foley actually said and made me laugh real hard
Yeah.
at the time. Look at that, 3 world champions in the ring.
Yeah, this is him and Jerry Lawler and David Arquette. So we were at that
And the
show.
crowd like wanted to boo, but was just
Yeah,
like,
it's
all right,
like,
that's pretty
that's
good.
funny,
That's
that's
good. You
funny.
got it. That's pretty good.
That's funny. Then we get to the Nick Gage match, which is
Fuck Nick Gage.
Literally ruined David Arquette's life.
I don't remember the timeline.
Fuck him.
I can't believe he fought Nick Gage like after we saw him.
Yeah.
That was weird.
So, in my memory, because I do remember when this happened, like seeing the
I
clips.
remember seeing these clips. Yep, we talked about it on the
What
show.
I thought was he got into this match he shouldn't have been in. He took one bag. It was
he
gross.
took
but
a bad move and it was
and then he
unfortunate.
ran away.
Right.
No, he just sat there and let Nick Gage stab him in the face
With
With
those
a light
life.
tube.
with a broken light tube
Yep.
and was cool with it.
Yep. And then
Not far enough.
Nope. Then
Nick Gage needs to literally cut his aorta.
Yeah.
Not his aorta. His
It was the side of his neck.
yeah.
what's that?
The fuck.
Carotid artery.
Yeah.
Nick Gage cut his carotid artery.
Did he?
Yep.
Did he actually take a swipe at it, or
Okay.
did it fall down and like accidentally cut that part?
It was
obviously
something went wrong
smashing them into his forehead. Not great, but I think that's probably planned.
because he went back for a second go with like the straight edge just digging it into his face.
Yeah,
but
and
then
which
he
Arquette was
decided
okay
to
with.
he decided to like smash him again.
And when he smashed him, it came down.
It came
across
down
his
and
neck.
hit his neck. And David Arquette immediately left hand to the neck,
Like, oh
and
my God.
flipped him over and was like on top of him, ready to like actually punch him.
But I think
and then he walked out of the ring.
I think he realized that was a mistake. I don't
Yeah.
think he was supposed to get cut there.
And then he
so-
went back in to finish the match.
Yeah,
and he
which
like realized like
huge fucking respect.
I gotta let him beat me now. I can't. This whole redemption tour, I can't like not go back in and get pinned. So I think he went in and said like, just suplex me and pin me so I can get the fuck out of here. And
Because
Gage did that, and then he
as
Because
soon
then
as he
even
got
after,
hit,
he just was like on social media, was like, yeah, some guys aren't cut out for it. Like, no, man.
fuck Nick Gage.
oh, the Canadians!
Yeah, because as soon as he got cut, his hand was on his neck
Canadians are the
for the
Nick Gage of hockey.
his hand was on his neck for the rest of the time we saw him until they started going to the hospital.
Clearly, he wasn't just faking it or freaking out
No,
either,
no,
because he was
absolutely
in the
not.
hospital
Absolutely
for
not.
days.
Absolutely not.
He almost fucking died.
So I didn't realize this.
Fuck Nick Gage.
They talk about it later, but I didn't realize this at the time. Luke Perry, the late Luke Perry,
Yeah.
is the guy
Who
who
drove him to hospital.
Well-
gets him corralled, puts a towel around him,
Yes.
ties it off.
Yeah,
one with
I
the-
did not recognize him either.
Yeah, with the
didn't either.
glasses. Yeah, I didn't recognize him.
They said it later. They didn't say it at this time.
Yeah.
in the doc, because the Jungle Boy was in this
Who
on GCW. I'm pretty sure.
fucking Jungle Boy's his son?
Yeah, you
Had
didn't know that?
no idea.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Jungle Boy, Jack
Because
Perry.
there are like PWG matches where Luke Perry's there just watching, being
Alright.
a proud dad.
Right.
Jungle Boy is without a doubt my favorite wrestler now.
That's,
On.
that's a
Luke
good
Perry
bet.
fan? I got no issue with that.
There was when I was back in college, there was this one little challenge where you would take a celebrity that you look like and post it and be like, "Oh, this is the celebrity that I look like." I posted a picture of Luke Perry in a suit. My own mother responded and said, "Oh, when did you take that picture?" I was like,
really?
Mom, that's not me."
See, for
Thank
me,
you very
it's
much.
Seth Rogen cover of Knocked Up. That's me.
Yeah.
No, but when you had that hair, you had
When
that.
I
Yes,
had that hair.
when
yeah.
you had the
that
hair.
hair.
Yep.
But like even my aunt was like, "Hey, there's this guy." Yeah, I know. Yep, I know.
Yep. Stop. Please stop. So Luke Perry basically saves this dude's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were very close friends, apparently.
Yep.
And
Well, because they were
they were
big
all
at
in
the
that-
same time.
Yeah,
they were all huge at the same
Hollywood
time.
It
pals.
wasn't like the Brat Pack, but it was like something like
wasn't.
that.
It was yeah.
Um,
They were a little after
he
the Brat
saves this
Pack.
guy's life, basically.
Yeah.
Brings him to the hospital. We see him in the hospital. We see the gushing blood, which is disgusting.
Oh, when they show it legit squirt.
Yeah, it squirted the one time, and I
So
was like,
gross.
"Oh boy, nope, no, thank you."
So disgusting. They show him this. I don't know. Would you even fucking bother? They show him watching like Entertainment Tonight, where they covered like that he got completely fucked in this match, and he's watching it like super depressed.
Yeah. And this
And
spirals him.
He goes in back. He relapses basically.
Yeah.
Goes
No,
back
not
into-
basically. He relapsed.
Goes back to drinking. We see him at an autograph signing, all hungover and drunk, barf into an old like T-shirt box.
That's what that was. Yeah,
And
And,
they say like he stopped training. He's put on like 30 pounds.
Yeah, he's
Because when he
he was
first
looking
decides
very good.
when he first decides I want to be a wrestler, he's got a paunch. Like he's not like fat like I am, but he's not in shape. And then he cuts a ton of weight.
He looks really good.
and he gets a little bit cut up. And then he like puts on weight and just starts drinking again and stuff.
And then he has this match with Nick Gage, and that's it.
Life ruiner
fuck
Nick Gage.
Nick Gage
But no,
forever.
not quite, because he's gonna have one more match with Mr. Kennedy Anderson.
Yes.
Is that it?
Mr.
What
Anderson
is
Kennedy.
what is his real name? Don't give me.
It depends.
Mr. Kennedy in WWF, Mr. Anderson in TNA.
Okay.
Now, I think.
Okay.
And then sometimes, isn't it like he doubled? It was Kennedy and Anderson
Yeah.
Anderson or
Yes,
something like
yes. So they show him working out, like doing promos and stuff.
that. Ken Anderson is his name. is
Mr.
why.
Ken Anderson.
Okay.
We see him super depressed. His wife is a movie producer now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They
She's
said
like
that in the beginning. She was
producer or
about to do her
So
own.
she's not there, and he's by himself watching Miss
Miss
Elizabeth matches or Miss Elizabeth in matches, being all depressed because
He did say at the beginning like he loved Miss Elizabeth. I'm like, all right, come on.
I mean, to be fair, everybody did.
Exactly.
So-
I was young enough
You
that
ain't
she
special.
was just yeah. I was
only
young enough that I didn't have a crush on her, but she was like the pretty lady on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's doing that. He has this match against Mr. Anderson, and he wins the match.
Yeah, he beats
He
the
beats-
very angry Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson, and finally
Good
win.
for Ken Anderson from like, all right, he deserves it. I'll give him a win.
Yeah,
I can't believe
I-
that.
'Cause somebody had to if he was ever going to win.
I skipped
Yeah.
over one thing. They show him training again to lose that 30
Oh,
pounds.
yeah.
And he's training too. Limp Bizkit gave it all for the nookie.
Yeah.
Yes, he. But like,
Which makes total sense because they're a massive wrestling band.
they
Are they?
like he
Undertaker's
did.
song was Rollin'
yeah,
by
yeah.
Limp Bizkit,
Rollin',
right?
roll- Which
Wait, was that when he was American Badass?
Yes.
Okay.
the urban assault vehicle version of Rolling,
Oh, yeah.
when you take Fred Durst out of it,
yeah.
is spectacular.
Because it's,
It's Redman, Method Man, and DMX.
yeah.
Also a lot of Fred Durst.
He's in there too,
But
yeah.
if you take him out of it, it is a spectacular song.
Right. I don't think
Well-
it even lasted that long, right? Because they switched it to Kid Rock, right? Because we wanted Kid Rock
Yeah.
to
I am.
American Badass.
But yeah, this whole training montage, like
Yeah.
he's super serious. He's starting to look a lot better. So
He's sober again,
Yep.
and he goes out, has this match, wins. Booker T raises his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which
It's on the
It's
show.
the WCW people that could have been in that spot.
The
yeah.
Nasty Boys, who all the weird shit happened in the beginning. They're the ones who are running the show, booking a match to win against
What's it called
Mr.
again?
Anderson.
Legends of Wrestling.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in Detroit. Then we
Hey, we set it
see.
back up. Good.
Oh, there you go. Tied. Then we see Jungle Boy had a match 1-on-1 against David Arquette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe something to do with his father's passing.
And David Arquette squashed him.
2019 was when Luke Perry
I think
passed
it was
away.
around,
So it was,
around there, of
Yeah.
like a tribute show for his dad of some kind.
yeah.
Arquette beat him in
And-
like 2 moves.
Stop. And then that's
Obviously, Jungle Boy let him, but
and it cuts to the end. No, Jungle Boy won the match. Come on.
oh, he did.
Yes.
Oh,
Cuts to the end, and the film is in memory of Luke Perry, the
Which,
man who
yeah.
saved the life of David Arquette.
Yep.
And then there's a bunch of funny post-credits things which is my one critique of this is some of this weird shit he did on the Indies would have been way more fun to see
Yeah.
in there and just not skipped over. But we see him yell at MJF, and MJF's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah.
Then we see he's on a film shooting something, and this is his birthday, and then he's got all these cameos for his birthday. It's like Ric Flair, and I forget who else was in there, but I specifically remember Ric Flair. Like,
Yeah.
David
Oh, yeah.
Arquette, it's your birthday. And then we get Brian Pillman Jr., and he's on there, and he's like, the more you, like Mike was saying a while back, he's like, the more you hear about Brian Pillman Jr., the more you just like the guy, even though he's not maybe the best wrestler of all time. Like, as a guy, like, he's been through a ton of shit, and he's like, hey, anyone who wants to talk shit about David Arquette, he took all the money he made from WCW
That's who that
and
was.
gave it
That was
to
Brian Pillman
me
Jr.
and my
Oh.
sister.
Because I didn't recognize him at first until he said what he said. Yeah.
I had no idea who it
When
was.
my
yeah.
dad died, he gave the money to my family so we could live.
Yeah, and
of course,
and
Owen
Owen
Hart's
Hart's
family as
yeah,
well.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
So we could have a decent life or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Gave all the money.
He said he's family. Yeah.
Yeah, and I consider him family, and that's how it ends. I was like,
he's
he's not. He's a good dude.
he
Not
is.
that there's any reason not to believe, obviously, Brian Pillman Jr. is, but because I mentioned
Right.
it last week, I looked up and
Yes.
found in Bobby Heenan's book, Bobby the Brain, Wrestling's Bad Boy Tells All,
Yes.
he says, and it's just a quick little paragraph, but he says, he's talking basically about how Eric Bischoff's terrible and ruined WCW.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
WCW even put the belt on actor David Arquette, which was a bad idea. But there was one nice thing about that whole situation. The money that Arquette made wrestling in WCW went to the families of the late Brian Pillman and Owen Hart. He didn't even know them. Everyone made fun of him, but they would have made fun of me if I had the lead role in Gone with the Wind. I don't belong in that part. He didn't belong as champion. So he just says
Yeah.
he didn't even know him, but he gave away this money.
He didn't need the
And
money.
people hate him because he
Yeah.
didn't belong there, but it, like, not his fault.
Right.
David Arquette. The main takeaway for me was David Arquette is a very, very good person
Right.
who just
He
got
got
kind of screwed over in a lot of different ways.
put in a tough situation and continued to be put in a tough situation. And actually, I thought he was decent at what he did when he came back.
Yes, when he came back.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, all right.
Also, I would argue the best WCW champion ever.
Oh, my
Name one
gosh.
better. Name one better. I didn't think you could.
Sting.
I didn't think you could.
Sting, Flair, Hogan.
Sting for sure.
Flair sucks. When did they ever do anything good?
Who do you ever beat? Wally, it's time for a top
I really
five.
thought you were going to say Hootie and the Blowfish. I was like, wait a second.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Because you said Hootie ever beat. And I was
Hootie
like,
and the Blowfish.
You did say Hootie.
Who do you ever beat?
top five. Top five movies from the year that I was born, 1988. This is
Can't think of
actually
one.
number 5, Child's Play, the first Chucky
I
movie.
think I
Okay.
think I liked it. It's been a very long time.
There's
It's
two.
been a while.
There were
Thank you.
2 movies that could have made the list. I honestly can't remember what they were, but number 4 is The Naked Gun, the first Naked
Very
Gun
good.
movie.
Very
Okay.
good.
Yep. Good.
Yep.
Good.
Solid.
Number 3.
Do you like it because of O.J. Simpson?
No.
Okay. All
He's
right.
a big OJ guy. You didn't know that about him?
Number 3 is Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen the whole thing. I've
Good.
seen parts. I
Like
don't know.
it? I
like
Can't
it.
speak. I can't speak to it.
Bill.
I like it.
Why?
Num-
Why is that disappointing to you? That I have never seen Who Framed Roger
I'm
Rabbit?
surprised it wasn't on TBS for you.
No,
that's not a TBS
Too old for
movie.
TBS.
Okay. Number 2
Not
is
family enough.
Beetlejuice. Really? Oh yeah, no, it's
not.
not.
It's
It's not
really
family.
not.
It's
No,
not
it's
family. Number 2 is Beetlejuice.
It's been a while, but I did enjoy Beetlejuice.
It's been
I-
a while.
I watched
Every
it.
time.
Thank you.
I watched it
Every
yesterday or the day before. It's. I
Beetlejuice
will
is a
say,
good movie.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton might be one of my favorite actors of all time.
I never saw Birdman, but I hear it was
You know
very
what?
good.
Same, but
he's-
even so, he's surprisingly.
He delivers some funny shit in even a stupid movie like Cars.
Yeah.
There's a couple lines in Cars because I have to watch it all the time for my kids, and there's 2 or 3 lines in there that he gives, and I'm like, because he's the like dickhead car in it,
Oh, okay.
and
He's the old pro.
he's not the old pro. He's like the asshole, the green car that's like the asshole.
Oh, okay.
That, like, fucks with everybody, and he gives like 2 or 3 very funny lines as in the movie. I'm like, Michael Keaton is the best part of Cars.
He's
easy.
He is so good.
He's so good.
So good. And number 1 is obviously a Christmas movie called Die Hard.
Amazing,
Don't-
incredible,
I might have seen it.
absolutely incredible.
You
How have you not?
You
seen
might be the
Wait,
worst
wait, wait, wait.
person I've ever
Which
met.
Die Hard is the one where they're trying to figure out the riddle about the water.
That's
and
3.
That's 3. Come on.
I've definitely seen that because it
Good
took
God.
because I like for weeks thought about that riddle.
You're worse than Dead Mike.
I've seen at least parts
know
of
what? I'm
Die
in-
Hard because of the ho ho ho. I have
Yeah.
a gun now. Buell Clay, of course.
You only know these things because I said them all for like 2
That's
straight
part
years.
of it.
That's all
I have
said.
seen parts of the movie.
That's
too.
definitely a TNT TBS movie.
Oh,
that is
Not a TBS movie. Maybe TNT.
They know
not
drama.
a TBS movie.
They know
It's
drama.
I don't know what
It's
TBS has on it to be
Comedy.
fair.
got stuff
But
like Blue
TNT,
Chips. They're not
yes.
Blue Chips.
Blue Streak?
Blue Streak.
Blue
I've
Streak.
seen Blue Streak dozens of times.
I'm gonna make a rule right now. I'm gonna break all the rules. I'm gonna
Okay.
make a rule right now. If we survive, the show survives till Christmas.
Die Hard.
We are watching Die Hard
Good.
on Christmas
seen
just so
parts
you
of it.
just so you can finish it.
I've seen parts of it.
It's the best. It's
Ho-
so fucking good.
Ho, ho.
Now I have a machine gun.
See, I know these lines.
Fucking
I know these lines.
Alan Rickman. God
It's
damn
incredible. He's great. I love Alan Rickman. Anyway, that was the top 5.
it. Top 5.
Quick hitters.
Movies from 1988.
Quick hitters before I like that one. Quick hitters before we head out of here.
It was one of your better lists.
For sure. You have ranked this list too, so you are an authority on this. AEW is heading out on the road this week, Wednesday, after 18 months at Daly's place. So
What
I'm
is,
ready.
what is Daly's Place?
That's the little arena next to
it's
Jaguar
called. It's
Stadium.
called Daly's Place.
Yeah,
Okay.
next to the Jaguar Stadium.
I'm not ready for big public events yet.
The
I'm trying to talk
Patriot.
myself into concerts. I'm not ready yet.
The Patriot Del Welks passed away at the age of 59.
Oh,
The
that's
Patriot.
terrible.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who that is,
Do you
but
have any
no matter what.
memory of the Patriot?
I remember as later on
Like, no,
as an adult confusing the Patriot with whatever Hogan's weird
Oh,
American
right.
gimmick
His
was.
fake real American
Yeah.
dude.
So, but I know of him, but no, not really.
One of the things that shocked me, I didn't know anything about the Patriot.
Oh,
but
Del Wilkes.
Del Welks. The first, when I got out of college, one of the things I would do is watch. I've said this many times before, but I'll just repeat it if you haven't heard it. I would watch Raw in order
Oh yeah, yeah.
starting in 1990, Raw and Nitro.
I
in order.
tried that
get
at one point,
super
and
drunk.
it was too much.
You
I
showed us a
drink.
couple of those Raw or
Yeah.
early Raws. Yeah.
I get super drunk, and it was all on YouTube in a playlist, and you could just, back in the day when nothing was blocked, and you could just literally just pick right back up where you left off, and I would play Grand Theft Auto, whatever it was, for hours.
San Andreas?
No, it was after that. 4?
4 would have been after
4.
San
All
Andreas.
right, so I played Grand Theft Auto 4 all night long every weekend because I had no kids and worked late, so I would sleep in and whatever. So I would come home and watch Raw in order, and like pay-per-views, everything was in order on YouTube. And this dude who has a lot of issues, he was on Raw in 1997 for like 3 months, and I was like, I know a lot about wrestling. I watched a lot of wrestling. Yeah. I know nothing of the Patriot. I don't remember any of this. And he did a bunch of stuff in Raw in 1997, like fought Vader, did all kinds of stuff for like a few months, and then he disappeared. And his music, which also fascinated me, was Kurt Angle's music.
Really?
He had it before Kurt Angle had it. Yeah.
You
Well,
suck. But
There was
before
no
the
"You Suck" in there, but it
I
was
mean,
just-
that makes sense. He's
course.
literally in all of his pictures here is holding an American
It
flag.
was a generic
in
babyface
WWF
America.
was the Trooper.
Later.
In 91, 92 was
Oh,
the Trooper.
So he was a trooper first.
Yeah.
All right, so he passed away. That's very sad. And he was only 59. Jesus.
Yeah, too young.
Bea Priestley signed
It's
to NXT.
sad that 59 doesn't seem so far away anymore.
No, we're close to that. Bea Priestley signed
You're
to
halfway
NXT UK.
More than that.
So we'll never have
Way
to worry
more.
about watching her in a match ever again.
What happened?
Bea Priestley
Yeah.
signed to NXT UK as
Yeah.
under a new
Okay.
name, so we never have to worry about watching her matches ever again.
I want to say it's good for them, but also she's a bad person, right?
She's a good wrestler, bad person.
Okay.
Wasn't she with like WWE? Where?
No.
No, she was
She's,
with AEW.
But also, who's her boyfriend?
Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay. That's how.
Oh, but we like Will Ospreay, right? He's
He's a very good wrestler.
He's not a good guy.
Bad person.
Not a good guy. Also a dummy.
Didn't do anything like.
Oh, he's not the one I have this.
He's
shirt
the
of.
one who didn't necessarily do anything himself, but didn't
But
speak up.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Not
ZSJ.
I was thinking ZSJ.
No, not Zia. He's
Yeah.
clean.
I don't know why, but I always get
far
the
as I
two mixed
know-
up.
Because they're
He's
British, smaller dudes. That's why.
Oh, he's
Uh,
British too.
Yeah.
They're
Will
both
Ospreay?
Brits.
I knew Zack Sabre was.
Yeah,
I
they're
didn't know.
both Brits.
Okay, all right.
Anyway, WWE Dynamite. You looking forward to tuning into that this week? Because that's what,
What?
Jim Ross said at the end of last week's.
Fire him!
He said,
The man is a legend.
Fire him!
"Looking forward to seeing you all next week on WWE Dynamite." Off the air.
Love it.
Who?
That's how it went off the air?
That's how it went off the air.
Love it.
Who was the first person to say he was washed up?
That was you.
That was me. Thank
Can
you
I
very
say one
much.
thing? And like I know
I don't
joke
know
around-
shit about
I know I like to
wrestling.
joke around about AEW, and most of the time I don't mean it a lot. I mean, I did mean it earlier when I said that the
Yeah,
Young
the
Bucks were
Bucks
half
are bad.
wrestlers.
Stop. You just
Jim
do
Ross
it.
is still the best announcer on the team.
No,
Oh,
no, he's
God.
not. He is easily the worst.
Stop.
I don't know who they have
Excalibur.
other than
They
Alex
have
Excalibur and him, but he's easily the worst. Oh my
And
god!
they have
when
what's
I,
his name?
When I was
Schiavone or whatever that guy's
Tony-
name is.
Tony
Schiavone.
Schiavone.
when I first said it,
Which
I
Jericho
thought
said,
I was just
he
blaspheming.
He says it all the time still.
Good, good.
When I first said that
was very
JR was over out of it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I thought I was blaspheming, and then
Yeah.
he's just proven me correct time and time
best
and
one.
time and time
Also,
again.
I'll give credit where credit is due. Chris Jericho is a good professional wrestler. I'll say it. I don't know if it's a hot take,
I
but I'll
don't
say it.
know why you're saying it, but I'm suspicious.
I think he's
Because he's talking about Schiavone, which is
Oh.
funny to me.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
that's
that is
fair.
funny.
That's fair.
That's fair. Anyway,
He's still got it.
and finally, before we get to the next week review, whatever that is, Fandango was asked online. Fandango recently released.
Yep.
Asked online if he was going to continue to wrestle or whatever, and he wrote this. This is a quote. Two
I can't
tweets.
wait. I cannot wait.
2 tweets. One is first of all, his name is funny. It's at Dirty Dango Curdy.
Yeah, Dirty Curdy with Dango thrown in. Love
Yep.
it.
And he said, to clear this up, he didn't say to clear this up, but he says, "I plan on wrestling until my mid-70s." That was one tweet.
Wow. Yep.
And then his next one, like Seriously, 8 retirement tours.
He gets the business.
Fair.
He knows the business.
I loved it. Next week review, Bill. What David Arquette movie?
This
are we
is
gonna
what I mean,
watch?
though. He will make money. All right, we are gonna. I need Hulu to help me out here, you guys.
Okay.
This is a shot in the dark. It's either gonna be real good or real bad. Don't know. But I believe on Hulu we can watch Saving Flora.
What the fuck is that?
Saving Flora?
Yep, it's a feel-good movie.
Flora as in flora and fauna?
Yes, that's the name of an elephant.
It is on mine.
Okay, we
For
will
sure.
watch that. Let me know if any of these do anything for you.
Nope.
Because
Yeah, you need stars for that.
okay,
Yeah, I've got it.
So there's David Arquette, but also I recognize her. I don't recognize the name Jenna Ortega.
I don't recognize the name,
Nope,
but
don't
if
know
you
her.
recognize her face,
I do recognize her face.
Tom Arnold. I know.
Tom Arnold's in it. Is that good or bad?
That's off.
Rhea Perlman is in it.
Oh, love Rhea.
So that's what I mean. There's a chance this is really good,
No.
but also
Not
there's
really.
a chance this is terrible.
When did this movie
Not
get made?
great. Not a great
This
chance.
movie was, I think, 2019,
It wasn't that long ago.
2018. Excuse me.
Jesus Christ. Does he have like a big role in it?
I think he's a circus trainer, circus
Of course.
ringmaster.
Of course. Makes total sense. Oh boy.
So there's a good chance this is awful.
This game is headed into overtime, isn't it?
It is.
Oh my
is.
gosh.
I'm telling you, they're gonna get one.
Ortega. Oh, Jenna Ortega. Yeah.
Yeah, you recognize her, right?
She does look.
She's from Stuff.
No. She looks like
Jenna
she looks like
Ortega.
that one girl from not the Hills, not the Hills. The
What?
the
The
One
OC?
Tree Hill
One Tree Hill?
or yeah.
Don't know.
She looks like that girl, Rachel something.
Rachel Cook? Rachel Lee Cook?
Bilson?
She's apparently in Iron Man 3.
Oh yeah?
Vice President's daughter stuck in the middle. No, she doesn't.
She's in
Oh, the Babysitter Killer Queen. That's actually a pretty. No, actually, the first Babysitter. That's a funny movie.
She's in Jurassic World.
She's in Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous.
Yeah, that's a TV
Oh,
series.
Which
Okay.
I've been trying to get my kid to watch for like a year, however long it's been on. I'm like, you got to watch this. You
She's
love dinosaurs. I don't want
Young Jane and Jane the
to. I
Virgin.
don't want to.
Okay, that's a thing I've heard of. So maybe she looks like someone I recognize.
Elena of Avalor. She's Princess Isabel. If that means anything to you, Murray.
I've seen that a few times.
One of the Insidious things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the chapter 2. No, I don't know that one.
She's on CSI New York. That's a thing I've heard of.
Okay. Nothing
Yeah, I
major
don't-
here.
So maybe I don't know her.
Yeah.
But Rhea Perlman's in it.
Rhea Perlman. Yeah.
Real Perlman. When's the last time
Rhea
she
Perlman.
acted before that? Jesus.
Tom Arnold. Now,
Matilda.
why do I know Tom Arnold?
What?
Me? What?
What?
I know.
Let me ask you. What do you mean? How do I know Tom Arnold?
The
She
fact
married
is,
Roseanne.
I
He
don't know
married
people's
Roseanne?
names.
He was married to Roseanne.
He was in The Stupids, I believe.
Rhea Perlman is in Star Wars the Bad Batch. Holy shit.
Yeah, you
Oh,
didn't
that's
know
coming
that?
out. Is that a?
That's out right now.
What? I don't.
That's not
It's
live.
cartoon. It's
Yeah, that's cartoon. Okay.
She was in the Mindy. She's not stopped working. She
Of
was in the
course not.
Mindy Project. Tim and Eric's Bedtime Stories.
Tim and Eric, not good.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I don't remember that.
I don't remember in Brooklyn Nine-Nine either.
So much stuff. Oh my God, she has not stopped. I mean, it's like not a ton of stuff. It's like cameo. But she was in Hung for. Remember that show? Hung on HBO.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I just heard a funny
He's,
funny story about Hung.
He's hung. Is
The
that
show
is that
Hung
not
or
correct?
the blanket Hung?
The blanket. Hung.
Okay, that's it. That's what's it called again?
I don't know.
The Flora.
Saving Flora.
There it is. Saving Flora.
Saving Flora. There's a 20% chance this is a really good movie.
Saving Flora.
There's a 40% chance this is an okay movie.
There's a great chance.
And there's a
it's-
40%
it
chance it's a
sucks.
terrible movie.
There's a really good chance it sucks.
That's what we're watching. Had to go with David Arquette. Had to. And unless you wanted Scream 2, there wasn't a ton of options.
Oh my God. All right, that's it. That's the end of this one. Peace out. We'll see you on Thursday with more Junior Brothers.
See ya.